House Majority Whip Tom Emmer is going to be there. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
Okay, so Donald Trump, he's going to open the door and he's going to go, I'm back, and I need your help.
No, I don't. He's going to not be saying, I need your help. He's going to be saying, we're going to be a team. We're going to get this thing done, and he's going to lead the way, much like he did in the election, Steve. I expect him to come in today and talk about how we're going to restart America's economy by unleashing American energy, among other things, how we're going to seal the southern border, and how we're going to remove these criminals and terrorists that have been allowed to come in, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, out of this country. I expect him to give a great message today, more like a locker room speech, getting everybody ready for what's coming in January.
Well, it will be a victory lap because not only is he returning to the White House, but it sounds like you guys are going to continue with your majority there. But he does need your help when it comes to passing, extending the Trump tax cuts from last time, the border, as you mentioned, energy, stuff like that. And he's got a very ambitious 100-day agenda that you guys are going to try to get through.
We're going to be in the majority. There's no question about that. The math is pretty clear. The question is just by how much.
Right.
And while you suggest that he's going to need our help, I would reverse it, Steve. We need his help. We've been doing this in the House with a very small majority for the last 2 years. We passed the energy bills to unleash American energy. We passed the strongest border bill in 20 years. Yeah. But we did not have help from the White House, and we did not have help from the Senate. Donald Trump coming into office and getting the Senate is the help that we need to get this stuff done.
And, of course, for him to get stuff done in Washington, he's got to have some, new thinkers in his cabinet and people who will assist him. What do you make of the announcements he has made so far?
Oh, I love his appointments, especially the one last night. As I was telling you, Pete Hegseth is a Minnesota guy. We're very proud of Pete. Pete literally has written the book on how to rebuild our military into the function that it was supposed to be instead of this woke, politically correct nonsense that the Biden-Harris administration has been pushing over the last 4 years. But more importantly, we're proud of Pete Hegseth because he is a combat veteran. 2 tours of combat, in fact, unlike our governor and the failed vice presidential candidate who avoided combat. This is the guy that we're very happy about.
Well, listen, we're happy about him. We've known him for a decade. And we're very proud of him as well. Now, you mentioned the majority. You've got the majority, but because Donald Trump is taking 2 members of Congress from your caucus to be in his cabinet, your margin is going to be so slim. Are you going to be able to get stuff done?
Look at what we just did over 2 years. Our margin was incredibly slim. At times, it was 219. Yes, we are going to be able to get things done, and I'm confident President Trump knows exactly what he's doing. He's got the right people around him, and he's not going to be taking people if it puts the majority at risk. Right. These are Republican seats. We'll be fine. We're ready to get to work with the president.
And we know there's going to be an election over on the Senate side. Also, there's going to be one there on the Speaker's side. On the Republican side, there has been some suggestions somebody might challenge Speaker Mike Johnson. What are you hearing?
I'm pretty much everything's going to stay the same. Yeah, look, human beings have differences of opinions, and they have to air them out. That's what these are for. But I expect our leadership group to stay the same. The only real election that I've heard of is our conference chair, because Elise Stefanik is, of course, going to eventually be the ambassador to the UN.
Well, you've got a very busy day. Congressman Emmer, thank you for starting it here at Fox & Friends.
Thank you, Steve.